Your dog walks up to you, drops a soggy, half-destroyed tennis ball at your feet, stares at you, maybe nudges it closer with their nose. And you do what everyone does. You pick it up and throw it. Because obviously, they want to play, right? That's what every dog owner on the planet assumes. Dog brings toy, dog wants fetch. Simple behavior, simple explanation. But behavioral scientists have been studying this exact moment for over a decade now. And what they found is that when your dog brings you their toy, fetch is often the last thing on their mind. What's actually happening is one of the rarest social behaviors in the entire animal kingdom. And once you understand it, you will never look at that soggy tennis ball the same way again. Let's start with the obvious interpretation. Dogs like fetch. They bring you a ball, you throw it, they chase it, dopamine fires, everyone's happy. And yes, sometimes that is what's happening. But here's the thing most people miss. Watch your dog carefully next time. Do they actually want you to throw it? A lot of dogs bring you a toy and then refuse to let go. They'll drop it at your feet, and the second you reach for it, they snatch it back. Or they bring it to you and just sit there, holding it, looking at you, not nudging it forward, not dropping it, just existing near you with this object in their mouth. If this was about fetch, that behavior makes zero sense. But if it's about something else entirely, it makes perfect sense. In animal behavior, there's a concept called resource sharing. It's exactly what it sounds like. One animal has something valuable, food, a tool, a prized object, and they voluntarily bring it to another animal. Not because they're forced to, not because there's a transaction. They just offer it. And in the animal kingdom, this is extraordinarily rare. Most species guard resources. They hoard, they compete, they fight over food, over territory, over mates. Voluntarily handing a valued object to another individual with no immediate benefit to yourself is one of the highest level pro-social behaviors that exists. It shows up reliably in only a handful of species. Great apes, some corvids, dolphins in very specific contexts, and dogs. Your dog bringing you their favorite toy isn't a game request, it's a gift. And the science behind why they do it goes deeper than you'd expect. Researchers at the University of Portsmouth conducted a series of experiments looking at how dogs share resources with humans versus how wolves raised by humans do the same. The wolves were socialized, comfortable around people, raised from puppies in human environments. And when given a valued object, the wolves almost never brought it to their human handlers voluntarily. They kept it, guarded it, moved away with it. The dogs? Completely different. Dogs would pick up the object and carry it directly to the human in the room, even when the human hadn't asked for it, hadn't gestured, hadn't done anything to prompt the behavior. The dogs were initiating the sharing on their own. And here's the critical detail. The dogs who did this most frequently were the ones independently rated as having the strongest attachment bonds with their owners. This wasn't random, it was relational. The stronger the bond, the more likely the dog was to bring you their stuff. Now, let's talk about why this happens at a neurological level, because your dog's brain is doing something remarkable in that moment. When a dog picks up their favorite toy, their brain registers it as a resource with value. Scans using functional MRI, particularly work done at Emory University by neuroscientist Gregory Burns, have shown that dogs process valued objects in the caudate nucleus, the same reward center that activates when they smell food or see their owner. That toy means something to them. It has emotional weight. So when they pick it up and carry it to you, they are taking something their brain has tagged as valuable and deliberately placing it in your proximity. That is not a small thing. In human psychology, gift giving is considered one of the foundational behaviors of social bonding. Anthropologists have traced it back tens of thousands of years. Offering something you value to someone you trust is one of the oldest relationship-building behaviors our species has. And your dog is doing the same thing. Without language, without cultural learning. purely on instinct and emotional attachment. But there's another layer to this, and it's the one that gets me. Sometimes your dog doesn't bring you a toy. Sometimes they bring you a shoe, a sock, a random piece of paper they found somewhere. And people laugh at that. Silly dog, grabbing garbage. But think about what those objects have in common. They smell like you. Researchers studying canine scent preferences have consistently found that dogs prioritize objects carrying their owner's scent over almost every other stimulus, including food in some cases. A study at Emory showed that when dogs were presented with 5 different scents, their caudate nucleus, that reward center, activated most strongly in response to the scent of their familiar human. Not food, not other dogs, you. So when your dog grabs your shoe and brings it to you, they're not being random. They found the object in your home that is most saturated with the scent their brain finds most rewarding, and they carried it to the source. They're bringing you to you. And if that doesn't make you feel something, I don't know what will. There's one more behavior I want to break down. The dog that brings you a toy and then doesn't let go. The one who wants to play tug instead of fetch. Most people interpret this as the dog being stubborn or not understanding the game. But cooperative play research tells a completely different story. Tug of war between a dog and their owner is one of the most studied forms of interspecies play in behavioral science. And contrary to the old myth that you should never let your dog win because it makes them dominant, modern research has shown the exact opposite. Dogs who are allowed to win at tug show increased confidence, more willingness to engage with their owners, and stronger play signals in future interactions. And the dogs who initiate tug, the ones who bring the toy and hold on, are initiating what researchers call a cooperative social game. They don't want the toy thrown away from you. They want the toy to be the thing that connects you. It's a bridge, a shared activity. They're not being difficult. They're asking you to do something together. And in the world of canine social behavior, an invitation to cooperate is one of the highest compliments a dog can pay. So let's put this all together. Your dog brings you a toy. What's actually happening? Their brain identified an object with emotional value. They picked it up and carried it to the individual their nervous system has identified as their primary attachment figure. They placed it in your proximity, or held it as an invitation to engage, because somewhere in 15,000 years of coevolution, dogs developed the ability to do something almost no other species on Earth does with humans. They share, voluntarily, joyfully, without being asked. Not because they were trained to, not because they expect something back, because the bond between you and your dog runs so deep that bringing you their most prized possession is one of the only ways they can show you what you mean to them. So next time your dog drops a destroyed, drool-covered toy at your feet, don't just throw it. Look at them for a second. Because that soggy, disgusting object is the closest thing your dog has to saying, "I love you." And they chose to say it to you. If this changed how you see your dog, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment. Tell me what your dog brings you. And if you want to know what it means when your dog stares at you like they're looking straight through your soul, that's the next video. Trust me, the science behind it is even stranger than you think.